for this series.
Yeah. Oh,
They
dear
definitely
Lord.
would have had to. Oh, that Ari we were talking about. Oh my goodness, nice Ari. And you can...
Wait, no way. The crowd's getting revved up. They're like, are you actually going to take Vayne into this top lane? I mean, just because we saw it yesterday, is Keen enough data to start looking at this a bit more seriously? Why is it coming through? Wait. Oh, it's a bait, isn't it? It's an absolute bait. You're always told in caster school, don't talk about the hovers. And that's why Urgot gets locked in the
We'll see. We will see. It also has some really good scaling, so...
Yep, it. Archer goes in. He gets a smite. He gets level 2. His Maple's in a bit of trouble as well. Bin's come down. He shocks him into all the charm. Is the start Orb of Deception as well, because Knight hit 2. Ebb and flow as Bin's ghosted in, but the flag and drag gets a knock-up. You want to fight BLG early. They think they can find it, don't they? I mean, On's not level 6. Betty's going to run on in. They just used a lot. Handshake now missing. Twisted Advance is there. Elk gets flashed. Bramble smashed on. He's going to get into the bailout, though. Ignite's down, but no trade. He's down. Junja 1 auto away. On flashes for it, but he's committed another kill over to PSG. 3 members in the wave. Look at those little minions. Not long for this world. They don't care. They still dive regardless. Arja flashes away and buys time, which is great, but Knight hits the charm. All out in the end. Bin tanks up the last turret, and he's okay. From downtown, though, is Junja with a reverse. As a flash from Elk goes in, fate sealed out. And now the re-engaged Knight has TP down, the charm hits. Hostile takeover, BLG are insane. On tries to run forward for the reset, but eventually dies. Knight does the same. Maple survives, and Elk now has no mana. He's running for his life, but sped up is Junja, looking for a twisted advance. He's close, he's in, he's under turret. Junja going deep. Elk.
Don't get hit.
He's going to get hit, isn't he?
He has the flash, he has the ult. I don't think you're getting away from this Maple.
Just
there he
thinking
goes.
about it. Where is he? Flash Cataclysm, the absolute dunk. At
the fact that you end up with the lane swap earlier come back to bite them, though, that terror very, very low. But there's a lot of PSG members
Speaking
here.
of which, Elk is low. He took under turret. Shouldn't go to the back line. They're trying to kill Betty. Knight goes in as well. They're teleporting in. This is so ambitious, but BLG get the reset. Now for Maple to run on in. Knight flashes away and disengages while the rest of BLG found their mark. How are they winning the fight? It looks so janky, so weird. And even Bin in the top side. Solo kills. The arena roars at this combat.
Try and rotate to catch.
All in. Betty, do you want to do this? Maybe he does with Junja in as well. Tidal Wave as well. Dodge on his dead. Elk is up next. He's about to go into ulti. The bailout's there, but no one there for the reset, and he dropped. The 2v2 of BLG is being bailed out now by Might. In the mid lane, Maple's going to drop on down. Knight, excuse me, takes the words away.
Yeah, it's definitely BLG skipping steps and trying to play through sides, but this is something that's been happened a lot, and it's happened again.
On, he's going to hostile takeover, and again, saving the day is Shun. Betty takes it as Cataclysm jumps on down. You can see Pin teleported in, and Maple is stuck in the Aerodome. Knight with the Spirit Rush over, wants to go part 2 onto Junja. The charm connects his Ari as clean as ever as Bin shows up to the party. The turret got dropped on down as Junja running for his life, but Knight's flash orb.
Yeah, nice push back there from Bin. And Bin now going to find himself
in a 1v2, 1v3, but he separates it. Never mind, numbers don't matter because Bin, as he brawls Maple over the wall, Shun is here to answer. His Cassante, what I remember from last year as well, as Arja's caught in this too. PSG is separated. No one is working together as a team right now in PSG.
In this game, they have to keep on just kind of rushing.
Flag and drag starts us off. This could be the fight that just leads into the enemy base at this point. Junja is getting soloed out by Elk. He has to turn for the engagement. Culling's helping out, but Elk at max range, never mind. On flashes in to Illusion. He sends out the takeover. Elk goes over, and he's bailed out. On is an animal. Knight picks up the tails of the Ari, and Shun just sends in the Thunderdome.
Overextending on mid-wave and PSG punish, but straight after, it's just stuff like this.
How to get free stacks, part 1. Knight says, hey, tune in for my next book. It's going to be another page. But he's running for his life. It's a 3. Look, Ben just being a Giga Chat once again. He just runs in. That TP was gorgeous. Maple is knocked back and too far forward. Ben just says, I'll take it. Runs in under turret. Does he care? Ask him. Look at him. Watch him. He just takes 4 turret shots and not a piece of damage inside. Elk sends on for the handshake. Perfect. Shun was expecting him to run back. But as the hostile takeover reaches max range, BLG are once again in PSG's base. It felt long with the amount of skirmishing, but 21 kills, 25 minutes. The tournament favorites looked strange in the early game, but are still so good at outclassing their opponents and smacking them with their wallets.
And they were still ahead, too, in the early game also.
Yeah, so you don't want to give Knight Ari. I believe this is the longest current player to champion active win streak. With this game, I believe it is 27 straight games. His last loss on it was in 2023 LPL Spring when he was on JDG against LNG. He is now 48-7 career.
Small sequence made the game completely unwinnable.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if that happened before.
It's just a reminder of how explosive of a team BLG can be, and you see exactly where that fight happened, and then the goal just slowly creep up and up and up. I do want to call out, obviously we were talking about whether PSG would initiate the swap, maybe try to get...
Maple has to get through the scaling. It's not going to be like going up against FlyQuest. Knight is very strong in lane on this pick.
And you've got an incredibly strong jungler to follow up as well. His 1-2 punch, especially as you hit level 6, is so incredibly strong and
is a little bit dangerous.
Are they just going to go for on though is the big question, because there is an opportunity. Oh wait, Ashu!
The Ren's in as well. It brings the game sound back.
On's
And with the blood on is dead, you're right. But the sapling is out of range. Meanwhile, Betty versus Ben. He's punching again. And he gets the auto. Gigabit. Oh my God.
Woody.
Look at the Fury as well. He's close. He's slicing dices, gets the upgrade, gets out of the Aqua Prison as well.
Oh no.
Cole the Meek, and with On's help, it's another kill. Leveraging the fact that he might flash again. Lane phase going well. Speaking of, Arja showing up. The all-out going to be used onto Elk, but he's squishy now as he tries to kite back. Elk trying to kite away himself. Arja plays the patient. The flip back as well. Elk dies to a solo kill.
Betty and Ginger are still here.
You don't win this. You don't win this. No mana. Waiting out for the dash is easy. Elk, it looks so hard to beat as Culling comes through. The tidal wave between. Woody in trouble as On takes some turret shots. Arja TP down. They're going to try and find this lane, but they're like, nah, let's take Woody with us. The bailout there. On survives a little bit longer as Elk's now just like, get me Betty, get me the kill. He won't find it. So like that you pointed out, On is running in. He's got flash available and the hostile takeover. Shun's angle now perfect. Shun just like, maybe I have the angle on him, but as the culling comes through, it's used all for naught as flag and drag out. This is a good counterplay from PSG, but now with Berserk hostile takeover, maxing range. Woody's one shot away because Knight TP'd in to save the day. The handshake might be cleansed. For a BLG from this series alone. Flag and drag is starting off yet another fight. Bramble smash for the disengage, but you look at what's happening bot. Mabel getting zoned under turret. Shun is now gearing up for another flag and drag with the orb on top. They're about to make this the dome of control. Junja twisted advances out, but Knight finishes the kill. It's a nice setup as a flash away from Shun to get away from the ultimate from Maple, but as he flies through, he's interrupted. The disrespect there, and Maple thought he could channel and get the time.
PSG, but now what happens in mid?
Turret's going to go down. Culling comes out to try and stop it, try to delay it as Elk just deals with the way, but Betty's standing there. Down goes Shun again. A handshake back as he trades his life, but Elk and On. The game feels like it's done once more.
Nice, he needs to get away.
The Nature's Grasp might catch him out. He flashes for max range, but he's not out. The shockwave in return is built different as PSG find the pick to open up the handshake. Good though, but Shun now isolated. The flip back sets up for the team fight as Aurelian's on the back line as the new target has been. He's taken on the world. He'll burn down. 2 PSG are getting numbers here in this fight. Culling comes out. There's the handshake. Elk stops that in an instant.
You know, like a side lane play where, oh, they're going to hexgate actually.
They see it though, they see it. Hang on, it's a bait, it's a ruse, it's a hostile takeover. It's a bit of a schmooze. The pullback from Arja though is good as Maple's ulti is isolated. It's great. It sets up for the kill on Elk. BLG thought they had this in the bag, but again in this same place, PSG are winning the fight, but the turnaround is there. Arja on top of Knight is soloing him out while Betty and Woody are now feeling themselves onto On next. BLG are throwing it all away in the same place again. PSG are resilient. They will carry on.
He's going to go down mid lane. The rest of the squad here finish up the tower, and they got it.
Again, Knight gets caught on out. The ult is perfect from Maple. He's burning for his life, and he gets hit by a tree to drop on down.
Is it towers or is it dragon? What are you looking for here?
Like it's going to be the tower for the time being. They zone off as Elk comes through, pokes out Betty, but the zone control continues. Culling comes out, Fate's Call going to be used. Elk sends him in, or rather On sends himself in. Hostile takeover is going to land as Maple can't dodge away, but Betty does. Arja TP's in under turret and has no fear. This Cassante carrying the game. Flag and drag, they're trying to find Maple, but the flag and drag is early. Maple gets on out, he flies out. The Fate's Call also used handshake out. Arja with a beautiful angle. The skies will fall, and with that damage that comes over, BLG is slowed. They're burning down. On in the middle of it as well. Ulti's out before he dies, but still dies. Tidal wave through the middle as the culling is flushed away from Finn. We got one apiece. The double dragon as well. Another point to what you guys were mentioning. PSG aren't in a rush. They've got themselves objectives set up. They've got at least another 7 minutes on top of that, but they're finding a fight now. The singularity down again. The damage from Maple is really piling up.
Renekton isn't here. He's about to TP in. They're going to try and look for the play on this. They know
Mary
going.
Flushes in. He gets a flag and drag, but Betty flushes out, and it's countered. Maple gets down the BLG jungler as Nature's Grass catches the shockwave only onto Archer. They're trying to find the tank, but he survives too. And PSG getting closer to picking up their own game in this series. Teleport under turret. It's a great ulti, and Maple's angle leap better the tidal wave. Combos so nicely. One thing you can rely on PSG for at MSI is
for that wave. That's what Knight needs to try and get in. He's going to try and get the ball, but
Maple's jumping in. He knows a scaling stun. Junja flies through, twisted advance. Shockwave comes through, but it's only a one man onto Archer. It means nothing. BLG had this game, this series point in the palm of their hand. The disrespect, the overcommit, and PSG are waiting to punish. One Nexus turret will drop, the next follows suit, and the Spring Kings of the PCS have arrived to the main stage.
What a performance from PSG!
But in terms of PSG, I can imagine they thought that was a very tall mountain to climb. Now this is different. Now they know if we have a certain amount of champions, if we have our solo laners also
nice round out for BLG's comp.
Yeah, I think here you could end up just going back towards the Udyr if you want to as Aja and just look to be a frontline tank, which wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. And the other option is to try and go for a little bit more sideline pressure with something along the lines of a Twisted Faith if you really wanted to. But personally, I think just Aja being a tank for this squad is more than likely we'll see the direction PSG go with this.
Let's see what it is in the end. Again, crowd simmer down.
With it having a lot of success in the hands of Whippo in their first round matchup. Not so much the second time.
I think we do have to see if Aja's learned from game number one, though. They
have the sustained advantage, but not jungle advantage.
Might not be right.
Jungle!
The flash Betty goes forward. Elk thinks about it, but here we go. The flash Q onto Elky. Flashes matches now. On's in trouble, though. The ebb and flow brings him back as the flash is burned in the end. The all-in's going to be there over the wall. It's a game-making play. He flashes. He's out of range. Low mana bars, what's going to do it? Looking for the level 6, he'll come through, Junja matches, as the flash comes through, the cease and desist, first blood for PSG. Junja on the back end, looking for the next trade as plate's taken, Junja about to die, he flashes on in, runs on in, On's out in the meantime, and Junja oversteps. Knight for the trade.
The repeat there onto On, then they rotate him on over to the mid lane here.
Elk through mid now for the time being, though, there's a lightning crash down there, flash on top, and Elk gets taken out by Betty! We go back to that head-to-head record, and Betty starts styling again.
Betty with the flashes! That's the electric Pikachu! Oh my goodness!
Dirty the business end of a punch. Forward as well, cease and desist is up, and it locks down this 80 carry, flush away from the Aqua Prison, and fear beyond the death and the death of BLG in this game 3.
Because you get to skip the boots here, Kirche Shard for Elk, he's kind of firing on all cylinders as well.
But let's see, is that movement speed going to be punished? Betty just runs on in and ultis up, cease and desist on Elk again. Caught on out as he flashes over. Betty's feeling the series. Pop Blossom comes up as well, and Shun's ulti's negated. PSG are taking everything from the LPL favorites. In a split second, MSI 2024 is turned on its head.
Where were you when the PCS rose up?
It's BLG trying to force plays into this bottom side, but you just do not belong in that area. But there's the Riptail.
Good skip
BLG,
though. Gets the
look at Aja.
You mentioned Archer on the side here, no flash available, but fear beyond death. PSG are running on low mana bars here. Cullen comes out and tags them. BLG, we come back to reality, and suddenly this double mid push turns the play back on its head, and it's still patient are the PCS. Elk steps up, good poke onto Betty. Knight doing the same, Culling brings it off at Maple. Flash finds Elk, Tangle Buff is flashed out over in response. Shun gets it engaged, and Maple's down. Archer TP's in as well.
But now BLG, they want more!
They're not expecting it. Betty shove away. Betty is lucky to be alive too. Woody gets poked on out. And just we're hyping up the PCS, there's starting to be this pick potential that we're going to worry for BLG.
Yeah,
Aqua Prison onto Junja. Seismic shove there. You cannot sleep for a moment. Shun is frontlining for the time being. Seismic shove away. Arja gets caught on up with the pebbles in the way. Junja flashes, but it's on the clone. Maple can't get in. He's ulted nothing. No flash on the Nico Hertz as a seismic shove. It's gorgeous. PSG, it's only one mistake. But BLG there waiting as Betty gets in the back line. The wild growth might bring the fight back, but Shun, double cyclone, it's enough! The golden left hand is still ready and willing Woody is the remnant of this hope from the PCS. But again, we close our eyes, we open them once more, and BLG are back on. If they get Cloud Soul, we're back in the swing of PCS as Shun jumps on in, looking for the steal at 2K, 1K. It goes down, Knight took it. Running on in, PSG now. Do they fight? Do they look for BLG's window as Betty runs forward again? This Zera is everything here as Culling comes through. Junja is the new target. He's running away. The Vine needs to be healed up. But Redemption does it. But Sean's in. Cyclone again. Backline. They're all together. Maple's too late. The mid laner from PSG saw it. But it's too damn late.
They're teleporting mid lane as well. They're going to go straight for the inhibitor tower, chasing down Ajas.
I called them resilient. I called the PCS a surprise, but BLG, you can never doubt them. The aggression continues. Ben runs forward.
They completely blow open the game, and PSG Talon are left dizzy as the base is taken.
What resilience in the early game, but it's thrown back at them. The Nexus is still there. It's still BLG's. They're back.
Azeri, who's in a really good position, but they're able to turn on him. And obviously you see just how much of a threat Betty still was in a lot of these fights, with him still doing the most damage in this game.
What is your answer in the bottom side? Because Ezreal may not be the worst. Okay, there we go, yeah. Actually, I don't mind this in the long run now.
Yeah.
And is Woody gonna, I mean, something like a Bard here could be sick for
You're
PSG.
cooking. You're cooking, man. I love it. Ashe as well, still up and available if we get a bit of range added to this 2v2.
Yeah, the double poke lane here, the volleys and the mystic shots. Okay, we finally locked in here. For Gigabin in the top lane, into the Cassante.
Rinse and repeat this one. Bin now zones him off. 4 members here. How clean will the dive? Kobe asks the question, shall we receive? He buys time, pushes back, and the damage ain't there. On takes 2 turret shots, almost dies. They're going to rinse and repeat, and now as Shun gets healed on up, he tanks the turret. Just walks into brush. He's like, hang on a minute, ward's down. Junja holds on to the ulti, but Ben ghosted off that as well. He's scared. He's trying to kite and condemn down, but Permafrost Glacial Prison. Two-shot barrage. Woody's range in, he flashes. Gets
the fasting Vayne gonna have a bit of a rough time as Ajas get kind of low now.
Is he gonna die? Close to Feathers Fly. Elk overzealous. Archer gets out.
The biggest problem I've had is that most of my games I've seen a low economy Vayne top, and I feel like I'm getting to see a very similar story here, as now Elk.
Quickness. Oh, stops it, interruption with the knock-up as well from the grand entrance. Maple's got nowhere to go. Knight comes in and giving gold to the hero of
a lot of members of PSG though, Shun hiding to see if PSG overextend.
Knight flashes though, it's Maple rather, but Knight's now fully committed. Permafrost 1 and flashing for it, Junja under the turret, but not enough damage, they all come in. Junja about to die though as Shun gets a trade. Now Vault Breaker's out of here, but the rest of...
Let's see about the mid prio as well, as all the pings are coming out. Gengia.
Elk could be in trouble. He's trying to dodge everything. He's got double summoners available, but it's a full collapse. Archer's position is great, but the feathers fly out, but Elk's still targeted. And look at this Cassante, but he commits, he goes forward, and Shun is saving Private Elk.
Still sniffing around though. Couple
no way.
Go
Oh
down.
my God!
They got him!
Captain Junja, meanwhile, finds a pick where none existed, but the turnaround as Shun held onto the ulti. Knight comes in, gets a kill. Woody exemplified there with the trade.
Oh, Betty's messing around with a Vi as well.
EP being burnt. This is getting chaotic real fast. We're going into the drenches as BLG have to get away. Archer running forward, gets the slow Maple with the seismic shove on dodges. Great little quickness, or rather,
to get that top wave, but then they have the engaged mid and he heads right back.
Weaver's Walk great, those zones on off. On doesn't get the knock up here as Knight hits on the side, but for PSG, they're so scattered. Health bars are good as under turret, they're trying to take it through as Spin zones on off, tries to take the fight himself, flashes away. It's the final hour, but not as you'd expect. Condemn out. As you'd think, the Trusha Barrage flying through. Hurts Elk. There's the front to back starting off as On has the quickness to get out there. The Baron is on PSG's side. The poke reigns supreme. And now PSG have a leashed Baron in front of them. They're hitting down, looking for the fight. Betty goes forward, but Baron at 2K going down. Bin's angle. Shot. Whoa! He can't steal it. PSG being given a lifeline. Bin goes into the final hour. Junja gets hit. Knight ulti hits one. It's Woody. He may have saved the game, but he's poked out too. The range insane. Betty still winning the fight. Arcade shift. Insane. Betty got down. For the longest time, and they are stepping up to the LPL first seed that we all expected. to be tournament favorites. Junja's ulti hits backline. Somehow the Weaver's wall's on Elk. They got the bot side. The feathers around, but he's against the wall. Still the damage done as PSG. I mean, you might have set it up, you're right, but they turn instead. The cease and desist runs on in. Elk doesn't have the ulti burner before Arja behind enemy lines. Elk's been abandoned. Knight may have saved the play though. Arja separates us. Now for PSG, you can see Woody and Maple's damage can't be underestimated. Elk is down and Bin's now only come in late. The final hour for this Vayne as Arja's still squishing up. What's Bin? The man we didn't talk about the whole game is cleaning it up. Onto Maple, he kites away. PSG still had the member advantage, but On and Bin are running for their lives.
They're trying desperately to get away. Judges to follow the ult. Hit Bin.
One up, but On and Bin, they can't finish the job. The poke's not there. Maple can't get in range.
The ultimate to come up from Woody. They're just trying to chase them down to buy a little bit of time. The clock is ticking.
They're slowed on down. The vision gained as well. Who's Woody gonna hit? Flashing forward, Bin tries to outplay, gets one.
But you can step up when BLG needs you most. Stepped up like you have in the LPL. Step up on the international stage.
Trying On's caught out though, On's caught out. The Rakan's caught out, he's down. PSG have found a crucial pick leading into this game. Forrest, Knight takes the Emperor's Divine, or rather, the ulti's there. He's disengaged on as he goes golden. I mean, Knight hasn't found the window. He's caught up. PSG are dropping them like flies. Elk and Ben now getting disintegrated. And man, the PCS, while taking us to a game number 5, the PSG are the unknown at MSI for 2024. Silver Scrapes, here we come.
So he was actually able to get back in the game. But the big thing is, when we look at BLG and we look at what they're strong at, if they are
scaling element for Shun added in. You said Twisted Fate. There's another thing that has range, but is Arja game enough to play it in this game 5, or do we go to what he knows best?
I don't like the Udyr here. I think you need something that can actually go a little bit more toe-to-toe and give you a lane to play around. Yes, you can play for late game on his signature Kindred, a champion that he made his name on when he joined IG.
Arja running forward, still without that level 5. How close is the level up? The pushback as Shun is now here. Mark not on this Udyr, but he's going to have 1-2 of a knock through. It's a first blood for the kid. With the early kill. It's almost a 2k gold lead here with BLG stacking objectives as we talked about before.
Shun
and
is
now
back.
Shun's coming top. He hasn't marked Arja, so maybe not giving it away, but the all-out's already been used, and Shun has the mounting dread. 1, 2, and 3 is all it will take. He's running for his life, but Shun has to flash away. Still, maybe not the tools to lock down this PSG duo. Hang on, TP. Says Jake, shut up, and I agree. Let's go. On to Betty, under turret, he flashes away. It's TP response. He's out of there, saved as Woody does the same thing, but Betty's just dead. All of a sudden, as Tarmken spits out that weird bear, Mabel has to run for his life. We look to the right side. The range is there, the flash. Elk on Varus, Pop Blossom as well, and BLG to game 5 are back. They bring the aggression. On dives to the turret, and now Woody's up next. No tangle bath for you, but BLG are firing in the early game.
They are. It's a pretty dangerous...
Steal, okay, that's something. Can he get out? Heartbreaker just in case he has flash too. He's looking for the eye, thinking about it. Junja Heartbreaker's out, denies the gold.
Can PSG just look to huddle under tower? BLG say no.
Junja's there to punish. I mean, Shun might have to get on out. He's smited down to be slowed on. Down there's the Lamb's respite. Entered at the edge. He's going to get the heal and then run away. He flashes him back as well. The center ulti there, but nice! Rolls on in and says no more of it. PSG are taken down by
Take the fortress instead. And now they're moving on towards the next one. Those 6 void grubs are going to do so much work.
What resilience PSG has shown, but this game 5, Silver Scrapes to the stomp. One that Knight is taking so easily.
They took 3 objectives from them.
Arrow comes out and it can't be buffered, and Knight's there. Look at the CC chain. At 2k now, Maple runs forward, blast cone there, but Smite as easy as that. Arja walks into his death. Make it 11.
He had his moment throughout this, but no more will BLG be put down.
The mid inhibitor just drops on down. A bottom turret now getting poked as well. What do? They just stand there and watch. The range is too much to deal with.
It's a horror show.
Look at Ben. He just runs in, 3-man flip. There's a good flip back, but Elgat's flash again. The range comes into question. No reset. And Betty now at half HP. Arja walks in as well as Knight. Zones him away. Gentlemen, the arrow flies through. I mean, BLG are just cleaning house. There's Knight again. In style, the golden left hand lands it all. back in action as Lands Respite comes through. The minions doing their work on Nexus turrets, and I don't know if this is going to be the end.
I don't think you can end just yet. PSG are still going to be coming out of the base. They have the defender's advantage in health bars, but towers are falling. How happy will BLG be?
I can't believe.
I think it's a goner.
I just can't believe it ends like this. I don't think people at home can believe it as well. PSG were blasted out of the water. BLG asked for respect on their name again. Arja dead for the 7th time on this Udi. It's a great ult from Maple, but they don't have the damage. They're so far behind. Chunja, even with the reset's going to get sent on up. He can't stop that damage, and BLG, they were tested, but they still get it over the line. In a game fight, they push through, and they find their footing at MSI. However dicey, it was in the end.
And thus, it ends not in a bang, but in a whimper.
Like I'm wearing a turtle hat in the middle of the classroom type things that happen in your dreams that just don't make any sense, and that was game 2.